What's up guys, your boy Ed from ATV, you already know. I've got another Adamancipator video for you guys. The last one that I posted did pretty well. It's one of my favorite videos. It did somewhere around like 4 point something K. I mean, like, it's not perfect, but I do want the Adamancipator gang to grow a lot more. I want people to hop on Adamancipators more and more, and Adamancipators is honestly one of my favorite decks of all time. I like it a lot. For sure in the top 10, maybe in the top 5 now, but it's a great deck. I like it a lot, and I think it has a lot of potential. That's why we're doing Adamancipator Super Heavy. I will be posting 2 separate videos. One video showing off the deck profile and explaining what the deck does and how it works. I will be doing another video that you guys hopefully should be watching here on my channel pretty soon after this one, where I do a little bit of a combo video and show you guys what my test hands look like and how I play them and why I play a certain way. Maybe you guys would play a little different, but I show you guys what the starting hand is, and I'll play through it and you guys can see the ending board. I like the deck a lot. I think that the deck by Adamancipators itself can still do a lot, but with super heavies, it just gives it that little extra push to really make the deck a lot better and allow you to just play out of your mind sometimes, which is actually kind of nice. One of the problems about Adamancipators was that if you normal summoned and you needed to have that normal summon resolve and they impermed or ash, you were kind of done. If you didn't have any extenders in hand, it was kind of GG's, and you kind of just learned to take it. Sometimes the other thing was that not revealing enough rocks, or rocks that you could special summon off of the reveal 5, hurt a lot. And I think what this deck does is that it allows you to push through and not just have one normal summon, but 2 normal summons, and then also have a pendulum while you're at it, which is actually really cool. So you get to normal summon twice, pendulum summon, and then you get to also abuse the super heavy samurai mechanics of equipping themselves as spells and then becoming monsters and then synchro summoning that way, which is crazy. I like it a lot. I think it's great, and I'm going to show you guys some combos after that. So make sure that you guys stick around. Let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. All right, getting started, of course, with the deck profile itself. I think this deck is really nice, and it has a lot of potential to do really well. It's not a deck where you need to necessarily say that you need to get lucky. It's more or less like it's just a deck where you just need to have good mills. It doesn't mill, it excavates, so that means that it just reveals the top 5 and then puts everything back. I'm gonna explain this deck to people who have never played Adamancipators before, because I do come across a lot of those very often. And of course, 3 Researcher. Researcher is really nice. Of course, if you control a rock, you can special her from your hand, and then you can activate the effect to reveal the top 5, any level 4 or lower rocks. You can special one of them as long as it's not a tuner. Continuing on. So all 3 of the main deck rock tuner monsters reveal. So reveal to special a level 4 or lower that it's not a rock. This one to special summon from hand, and it needs an Adamancipator monster on the field as long as it's not itself. Really nice, super simple. Then you have the last tuner, of course, which is Analyzer. And yet again, if you control no monsters this time actually, and your opponent does, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then yet again reveal the top 4. Any of them that are not tuners can be special summoned. You can only special one, of course. All of these are super nice, very direct. The one thing that I have cut now from what I used to play before is the Adamancipator Signs. It's definitely one of the best cards in this deck, but you had to cut it for the reason being that you can't really play a lot of spells and traps in this deck, so you're gonna have to play without them. You have Adamancipator Dragite. This is one of my favorite cards of all time. It's a really nice card. You special summon it, you draw a card. Well, if you special summon it off any Adamancipator, you draw a card, which is really nice. What makes this deck even more broken, because I mean, like, it's not broken, but what makes the deck actually kind of broken is Hidden Gem here. It's one of the best cards in this deck. This card, you get to normal summon another earth or water monster from your hand, so pretty nice. You get an extra normal, pretty good. Even if you, so like, this card's really nice because you can also use it to like normal summon a super heavy monster that is an earth, so you have like all of these that are earths, which is pretty nice. Continuing on with some of the next monsters. You have 3 Doki Doki. Doki Doki is hella nice, and it's really important that you guys understand that whatever you discard is basically whatever you have to special summon. So if you discard a 2 water, you got a special 2 water, which is itself. You discard a 2 earth, you special 2 earth, or 4 water, 4 earth, whatever. That's what you discard, that's what you got special. You can't go a 4 water and then special a 4 earth. Very important for you guys to know that. Continuing on, I do play 3 Supplier. Supplier, you can never cut it. It's a really nice card. It's actually even nicer now that it's gotten a secret printing. I think it's really good, and people should definitely be playing it. Continuing on, Guardian. Guardian 3 ofs. It's, of course, the card that just stops the Ashes, the Drools, the Nibiru, anything like that. And then you also have to play 1 other Kwakimaru, and I decided to play Overload. I like Overload for the reason being that it's a card that you can add from your deck to your hand, just so then you can, in case you hit a Doki Doki later, you just discard that from your Doki Doki. So like if I ever special Guardian out of my hand, I don't go for, Supplier out of my hand, I don't go for a Guardian, I go for a Overload if I have the ability to get the Overload. For the last 2 rock monsters that I play 2 Gate Blockers. Good against anything that just plays Field Spell. It's kind of easy to out, so a lot of people just like special something big and then battle and then swing over it or whatever. Also, your opponent cannot target monsters you control with card effects, and they can't place counters on things on the field. So I mean, like, it's not super great on that aspect, but the targeting kind of nasty. It's actually came up a couple times, which is really, really nice to say. If you guys have these in Euro, hit me up. Continuing, of course, for the next couple of monsters that I play in this deck, of course, I do play 3 Kumungus, the Sticky String Kaiju. I like him a lot because he's a level 7 that you can special summon out from your hand. So you can definitely Kaiju yourself by pendulum summoning him without having to worry about getting Kaiju'd on your opponent's turn. Of course, it doesn't work on everybody, because if your opponent is already playing like Lava Golems and like Santa Clauses, this is irrelevant. But this is nice, so then you don't get Kaiju'd for the people who do play Kaiju. And a lot more people play Kaiju over Lava Golems and Santa Clauses, at least in my locals. And that's the reason why I like this. It's not the main reason why you play it, so don't think and don't be dumb that I'm trying to say that you play Kaiju so you can Kaiju yourself and that's the only reason. No, there's those other situations when you do open, go second and you're going second, and you just open this bad boy and you Kaiju your opponent, of course. I think Kaiju is always being good. It's good as a Kaiju. So that's it for everything that isn't super heavy or rocks, honestly. Yeah, that is everything. Just 3. You want to play as much rock as you can, for the reason being that you don't want to reveal rock. You don't want to be able to reveal stuff that isn't a rock. I was playing Nibiru's in the main deck and I decided to cut them, so just a clean 40. I was playing 42, but I decided to go against it. 3 Prodigy, of course. Prodigy is just hella good, gets your combo started. I think the main thing you always want to start up with, of course, is going to be the motorcycle. So if you don't open up motorbike, it gets a little cloggy, which it's not super bad, but then you might be wasting your normal summon on a super heavy, which is not bad at all. Double Big Banky. Big Banky isn't the best card in this deck, but you play 3/3/2, and you don't want to open that card. Honestly, if you open that card, it kind of sucks. But yeah, continuing on, you play one of the helmets. You play one of the Soul Piercers, and then you play Soul Peacemaker. Soul Peacemaker isn't great right now because I am not playing Scales, but I think that Scales is going to end up having to be necessary later on. Sometimes with this, the only thing that I am able to special summon is like one of these 2, and that's not really great sometimes, which just kind of sucks. But with this, if I play like Scales later, I can then Scales and then revive something else, and then Scales can make it to where I have like a Synchro 6, and the Synchro 6 is pretty good in this deck. But yeah, this wraps up my main deck. So my extra deck is a little bit more of like something that I've been testing with myself. I think that the deck is really nice, but there's just so many things that you can play in the extra deck, because like this deck is just so versatile. Like there's just so much you can do. Starting off, of course, with your Galen Granite. It's the one and only Xyz that I play here. I don't play Zeus. A lot of people are like, play Zeus, play Zeus, play Zeus, and I just don't want to. Never been a big advocate of a Zeus. I ended up picking up an ulti, and I'm just like, okay, now I have a Zeus, and what do I do with it? Continuing, for Link monsters, I do play the one Scarecrow. Scarecrow kind of nice. I play the one Earth Charmer. Earth Charmer's hella nice. And one IP. That's Link 1s and Link 2s. That's it for Link 1s and 2s. Now, Unicorn, access code, and Apple for the rest of my Link monsters. I, of course, just started playing IP. I actually originally, when I first built the deck, I put in IP, and then I don't know why I started playing like tournaments actually without it. And then I was playing Lambda, because at the beginning I didn't know that you couldn't link this away. I didn't know that it wasn't able to be a link material, so I was messing up. And at home, when I was test playing, I was making this, and then I was going into a Lambda with something else, and I realized that I couldn't after that. Good thing I didn't do it at locals, so it's not bad. But yeah, this isn't great. I thought it would have been better before. Now I'm just like, it's kind of booty. Lambda got cut, and of course it got replaced with Asa and IP. IP just too good. Continuing on, this is a good card. These are good cards, and I'll show you guys what I would say that a normal end board would be, depending on a good hand. Arclight, Charger Warrior. I think these are kind of staples. I would have played Coral Dragon, but I think that Coral Dragon's not as good as Charger Warrior, because one, Charger Warrior gives you a draw, and then two, most of the time whenever you have the ability to go from a 6 to a up, sometimes you have like 4s and 2s that are tuners, and you don't need another tuner. So Coral Dragon in that aspect is really bad. I just put this in now because I was like, you know, I kind of want to try it out. I don't think it's great. I don't really like it a lot, but it's there and it helps us out. One of my favorite synchros in this whole deck. It's definitely better than Baron. I like it a lot more. Really good card. Gets you extenders and just keeps going, link climbing. This is great for trap decks. Today I played it in a different deck, but I think the idea is that they basically, so this person wanna bead, so the new wanna bead card on end phase, you discard it, you reveal the top whatever zones I don't have locked, so maybe 5. But in my situation, I had 2 pendulums, so he revealed 3. One of them was like a ghost in match. He passed, I passed standby main, he flipped ghost in match, I negated it. He set 4 or 3 and then passed, and then whatever else he was gonna flip on my turn that I know that is really good, I just negate. And if I had a Baron, which I did, it would have been 2 negates. So that means that he needed to really have 3 really good pushes in order to break my board, but he only had 1, so he scooped it up after that. Axel Dragon, Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon is pretty good. I think that Stardust is actually a really good card to play now, and it might be something that I cut later on from here for this one, for that one. I just put this in now, but I'm not really a big fan of it. I don't really think it's great. Savage, because Savage is fine, and I don't think Savage actually ever comes out. I think this deck is too good, and you don't really need Savage. You really Savage on a follow-up, never like on turn 1, which is kind of sad, because at that point you made IP, you linked it away, and now you have an IP engrave or another link to be able to attach it to this. So and then Baron, because you know we're always going to be playing Baron. But that's the deck. I think a good end board is Baron, Dragite, IP for like 3 or 4, and then if you had more, you had more, but if you don't, just these are good enough. And sometimes I have this out, and if I do have this out, that means that I had like a Stardust Synchro Dragon Engrave, which is actually really good, because then you have the DD Crow action of Reptite, which is not bad. But yeah, this is kind of what like an end board 1 looks like, and if you didn't get your Apple, you end up with like an IP, and then still this, which is not bad. Let me move so you guys can see it. There you go. Let me know what you guys think. I like this deck a lot. I probably won't be changing too much on it ever. Just small things here and there. I think that the deck is definitely really good, and people should not learn how to play against Adamancipators, because that's my deck and I like winning because people don't know what they're doing. Deck is gas. I love it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Don't forget to check out Thank Rituals. Their link will be down in the description. Also, you guys should definitely join my Facebook group. I have a lot of really cool updates and a lot of really good information that you guys might want to keep up with about giveaways and whatnot on there. Also, please guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would like for you guys to turn on that bell notification as well. I would like to grow my percentage of subbed and not subbed from 20% higher. I would really appreciate that. And don't forget to like, comment, share. You already know, guys. Appreciate y'all very much, and I'll see y'all in the next video.